LISA Pathfinder is a very special satellite. It's a one of a kind.
It's a very complex instrument.
Usually mission carry telescope, camera, spectrometer. This mission carries two bodies that have to free fly perfectly.
It just worked first time.
For me, probably the first release of the test masses was the most exciting moment. So we were retracting the fingers that were holding the test masses with a huge force, and we didn't really expect that they would float afterwards, but really for minutes they were floating freely, and we couldn't take our eyes off the monitors in that moment. Then we knew this was going to be a mission.
Certainly this was very tense, because you have to think that releasing the test mass is almost the same as launching the satellite, right? You're putting a body in orbit, right? And if that fails, the mission fails. So this was a magic moment. And when they both floated, it was a great moment.
There's about 2,000 newtons of force holding the test mass in place. So one of the first things we do is, before we separate the propulsion module, we remove these fingers to release the load, and then they were just held with about 4 newtons of force with fingers, which are the very small fingers which we use for the release. Then later on, after we removed the propulsion module and this large gravitational attractive mass was gone, then we could release the test masses using the fingers.
The operations of LISA Pathfinder are very different depending on whether you're in commissioning or in the routine science phase. In commissioning, all the commands were uploaded and executed in real time. So that was pretty much like an experiment in your lab.
Being able to see that happening live, you know, when you ask somebody to switch something on and they do it, and you count to 10 and you see it happen on the screen, that's unbelievable to me.
It has turned out that being there in person in Darmstadt in the control room cannot be replaced, because face-to-face, looking into each other's eyes, it's much easier to discuss the science. Every day at 5 o'clock there is a teleconference with the complete Pathfinder teams, and then we go through the results of the day, see if we understand them, and then decide what we do with it.
So the routine operational scientific experiments, what we typically do is these are well designed in advance. They are simulated by our stock engineers.
That is then sent over to ESA, they analyze it, upload it to the satellite, and then it's executed a week, sometimes 2 weeks later.
So we take things slow. No decision is rushed. If you don't have time to decide properly, you stop.
The special moment was when one of my colleagues, Martin Judson, called me and he sent me a plot with the first data, and they were below the requirement. They were fantastic. A great moment.
The routine phase is over, the simple things are done, we fulfilled all mission requirements. Now we are having a really fun, because the science is beginning.